Hey everyone, and welcome back. You ever just look up at your roof and wonder what's going on up there?
It's like a whole other world.
Right, it is. So today we're doing a deep dive on asphalt shingle roofs.
Ooh, good topic.
Yeah, it's going to be good. Because this is something that, whether you're a homeowner or just curious, this is the kind of information that can save you some serious headaches and cash down the line.
Absolutely. A stitch in time saves 9, right? Yeah. Especially when it comes to your roof.
That's so true.
Keeping up with regular maintenance is so key.
Yes.
It's the best way to protect your investment and avoid those surprise 4-figure repair bills.
The
worst.
worst.
So today we're going off of this awesome guide written by an experienced consultant.
Okay.
And they get into it. Like, they are not messing around, especially when it comes to safety.
Yeah, they're serious about safety.
Oh, yeah.
The first thing they say is if you are not 100% confident about your roof, about the stability or your comfort with heights, or even just your ladder skills, just stay off.
Call a professional.
And they go really in-depth about ladder safety, too.
Oh, yeah.
Which tells you how much can go wrong.
Right.
It's not just about having it on solid ground. It's the angle, it's securing the top, it's avoiding power lines. So maybe I'll just be inspecting my roof from down here on the ground where it's safe.
Right. And you know what? There's actually a lot you can learn about your roof without ever climbing up there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Think of it like a checkup, but for your house.
Okay, I like it.
And the first thing we're checking, those shingles.
The shingles, okay.
And our expert uses this great analogy. Have you ever had like a dry sponge versus a fresh one?
Oh, yeah.
When the dry sponge, it curls up on the edges.
Oh, yeah.
Asphalt shingles do the same thing.
Really?
Yeah, when they're past their prime.
So if I'm seeing some curled up shingles, it's not just about looks anymore.
Yeah. It might be time to think about budgeting for a replacement.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Because when they get curled up like that, they might not be doing their job anymore. Keeping out the water.
Oh, right.
Just like that dried out sponge can't really hold water anymore.
Makes sense.
Those shingles could be one storm away from springing a leak.
Okay, so we're looking for nice flat shingles, not the crispy kind.
Exactly.
All right, so what else can we be checking for from our safe spot on the ground?
Well, next up, let's talk about granule loss.
Granuloss, okay.
So you know those little granules that give the shingles their texture? You might find them in your gutters, around your downspouts.
Oh, like roof sand?
Yes, roof sand, exactly.
Okay, so tell me more about these granules. Why are they so important?
So they're really important because they act like a shield.
Okay.
And they protect the shingles from the sun's harmful UV rays.
Interesting. See, I always thought those were just decorative.
A lot of people think that.
But it makes sense that they'd have a function, too.
Totally. So if you start seeing a ton of those granules in your gutters, that's a sign that your shingles are losing that protective armor. And that makes them more susceptible to damage.
That makes sense. So another thing I always think about when I think about roofs, flashing.
Oh, yeah, the flashing.
Yeah.
That's that metal stripping that seals the gaps around your chimneys, vents, skylights.
Oh, like the seams of the roof.
Exactly.
Okay, I'll be honest, flashing has always kind of been a mystery to me.
Yeah, it's one of those things that a lot of people don't really understand. But it's really important because it prevents leaks.
Right.
But it can be tricky to inspect from the ground.
For sure.
That might even be an area where you just want to call in a professional.
Yeah, if you're not comfortable being up on the roof.
Exactly.
Okay, so speaking of potential problems, what about when you see those roofs that are kind of streaky?
Oh, yeah.
Like they need a good power wash?
So they haven't been washed in a while.
Yeah. What is that from?
So that is usually algae or moss.
Really?
Yeah. And it might not seem like a big deal, but over time, they can actually do some damage to your shingles.
What? How do they do that?
So they trap moisture.
Okay.
And that can lead to, deterioration.
Oh.
And it can even make more moss want to grow.
Wow, the moss is like making more moss.
Yeah.
So if I'm seeing some moss or algae, what do I do?
That's something where you'd probably want to call a professional for a cleaning.
Okay, good to know.
Okay, so this next one is really important.
Okay.
Sagging areas.
Sagging. Okay, that sounds serious.
It can be.
Yeah.
So this is like you see a noticeable dip in your roof line.
Oh, okay.
That is a major red flag.
Okay.
Because that could be a structural issue.
So how do I even spot a sag from down here on the ground?
So you're looking for any areas that just kind of seem to dip or sag, kind of like a wave.
Okay.
You might have to move around a little bit to get the right angle, but you'll know it when you see it.
And if we see it?
Call a professional right away.
Don't wait.
Do not wait.
Okay, so if we see the wave, it's 5-alarm fire.
Exactly.
Get someone out there right away.
Yes.
Okay, good to know. So let's say we've done our little inspection from the ground. We're being safe.
And we spot something, maybe a couple somethings
Yeah.
that are giving us those maybe I need to call someone vibe.
Right.
What happens next?
Well, then you get to put on your homeowner hat
Okay.
and call a professional. And this is where that guide we're looking at is really helpful.
Oh, good.
It's like a cheat sheet for navigating the world of roofing contractors.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
So first up, credentials.
Yes.
What should we even be looking for?
So just like, if you're hopping into someone's car and you want to make sure that they've got a valid driver's license.
Right. Insurance.
Insurance. It's the same with your roof.
Okay.
You want to make sure that they are properly licensed, that they're insured, and ideally bonded.
So don't be shy about asking for proof.
Absolutely not. This is your home. You have every right to be thorough.
Yeah. It's a big deal.
It is. It is.
Okay, so speaking of being thorough, let's talk about references.
Yes, reference.
Are those really that important? They're so important. I always think about it like, if you're going to a restaurant for the first time, you're probably going to look up some reviews.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. You want to know what kind of experience other homeowners had before you trust this person with your roof?
Okay. Word of mouth is powerful.
Oh, absolutely. Especially for something as important as your roof.
So let's say we've got our short list of contractors. They've all got sparkling credentials, glowing reviews.
They're looking good.
They're looking good. Time to talk numbers, right?
That's right. Time to get down to business.
Okay, so when we're talking about pricing, what should we know?
This is where comparing quotes is so important.
Okay.
Don't just jump at the first offer, even if it sounds like a steal.
Right. That can be kind of tempting, though.
It can be tempting, but, sometimes if it seems too good to be true,
It probably is.
it probably is.
Yeah.
Getting multiple quotes can really help you understand what a fair price is.
Okay, so multiple quotes, shop around. Don't go with the first one you see, no matter how tempting it is.
Yes.
So we've talked about credentials, references, quotes. What about the contract itself?
Ah, the contract.
Yeah.
This is where it gets real.
Right, that can be overwhelming.
It can be, but our guide does a good job of breaking it down into a few key things.
Okay, break it down for me.
So first of all, you want to make sure that the contract very clearly states exactly what work will be done,
Okay.
including the specific materials.
Okay, so like what kind of shingle?
Yes. Shingle type, color, underlayment, you name it. You want it all spelled out.
So that everybody's on the same page and I don't look up and they're the wrong color.
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay, good to know.
And then you want to make sure that it clearly states who is responsible for getting any permits.
Oh, that's a good point because I don't want to deal with that.
No, nobody wants to deal with that.
Okay.
And then also, the guide makes a really good point about emphasizing the importance of protection and cleanup.
Okay.
So you want to know how they're going to protect your property.
So like covering up the plants or...
Yeah, covering the plants, maybe shielding your windows,
Right.
things like that. And then just as important, cleanup.
Yeah, because nobody wants to get a tetanus shot from stepping on a roofing nail.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've covered like credentials, references, quotes, the contract. What else do we need to know?
All right. So the last big one is payment terms.
Ooh, okay. Yeah.
This is a place where a lot of people can get tripped up.
Okay, so what do we need to know?
Never, and I repeat, never prepay for the entire job up front.
Really?
Okay? Yeah.
What if they say they need it to get materials or...
A reputable contractor is typically only going to ask for a deposit
Okay.
to cover those initial expenses. The bulk of that payment should be due after the work is completed and you are satisfied.
Okay, so it's like a safety net.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay, that makes me feel better as a homeowner.
It protects you, it protects them.
Right, everybody wins.
Exactly.
So we've covered how to inspect our roofs and how to find a great contractor to do the job.
But our expert consultant, they don't just stop there.
They don't.
They have this whole other section about bonus tips that I never would have even thought of.
Really? Like what?
Okay, so this one blew my mind. They say, hang on to some of the leftover materials from the job.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I was like, what? Am I starting an Etsy shop? What am I doing with extra shingles?
Right.
But they make a good point.
Which is?
Okay, so let's say a shingle gets damaged in a storm.
Okay.
If you've got some spares, it's way easier to just swap it out.
That's so smart.
Right.
Yeah.
Instead of like years down the line trying to find a perfect match.
Right, because good luck finding that.
Oh, forget it. So that's really smart. And they say keep some of the nails too.
And the nails.
The
yes.
nails. And I'm like, okay, I'm pretty sure you're messing with me at this point.
Yeah.
But they're like, nope, Roofing nails are specially designed
Oh, they are?
to resist rust and corrosion.
That's right. So they're good for those little products around the house where you need something heavy duty.
They're perfect for outdoor stuff.
That makes sense. I never would have thought of that.
It's a good tip.
It's like the roof's parting gift, I guess, is some extra nails.
Exactly. And it's all about protecting your investment.
Right.
And speaking of protecting your investment, the guide also really stresses the importance of keeping records.
Oh, see, now that's where I'm like, ugh, paperwork.
I know.
Nobody likes that part.
It's not the most fun.
But they're like, keep all your inspection reports, contractor invoices, warranty information.
All that stuff.
All of it. Keep it organized and accessible.
It's a good idea.
Because it can save you so many headaches down the line.
Oh, 100%.
So not my usual method, which is shove it in a drawer.
Yeah, probably not the best way to go.
And hope for the best. Okay, so organized roof paperwork it is.
Exactly. Especially if you ever have to file an insurance claim.
Oh, that's a good point.
Or if you're going to sell your house.
Oh, yeah, they're going to want to see that.
Yeah, they are. They are.
Okay, so we've got to keep our paperwork organized. What else should we be thinking about to really get the most out of our roof?
So, last but not least, regular maintenance.
Okay, so we can't just get a new roof and then forget about it for like 20 years?
Well, ideally, yes. But think about it like your car.
Okay.
You wouldn't drive it for years and years without ever getting an oil change.
Okay, that's fair. My car wishes I followed that advice more.
Right. Your roof is the same way.
Okay.
A few checkups, cleaning, some preventative repairs here and there can make a really big difference.
So what kind of stuff are we talking about?
It's really simple things.
Okay.
Like making sure that your gutters are clear, especially after a storm or, when the leaves are falling.
Right.
And even just taking a walk around the house, do a quick visual inspection.
So kind of like the little checklist that we talked about earlier.
Exactly.
Okay. Those little things can make a big difference.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I have to say, I feel like after this deep dive, I could practically write a dissertation on asphalt shingles.
There you go. See, you're an expert.
That's amazing. But really, with all the info we've gotten today, I feel like we can all be a lot more informed homeowners.
Yes.
We talked about safety, how to do our own inspections, how to find a good contractor, and even those next level bonus tips.
The pro tips.
Yes, the pro tips. So good.
There you go.
And, at the end of the day, a little knowledge and a watchful eye can go such a long way.
They really can. That's so true.
Now, before we go, our consultant actually left us with kind of a thought-provoking question.
Ooh, I love a good thought-provoking question.
So they said, if you're thinking about hiring a contractor, always ask if they've contacted the shingle manufacturer to enact the warranty.
Interesting.
Right. So what do you think that tells us about the importance of warranties in this industry?
Wow. Yeah, that's a really good point. It really emphasizes how important those warranties are.
It makes you stop and think. Okay, it's not just a throwaway piece of paper.
No, it's important.
We need to actually pay attention to that.
You really do.
It's all about advocating for yourself, protecting your investment, because at the end of the day, it's your roof.
It's your home.
It's your home. And that's all the time we have for today's deep dive. Thanks for joining us. And remember, stay curious.
See you next time.